Welcome to the Budget Bourbon Games. I'm Eric Luchenegger, the founder of Tenacity and the host of Bourbon Friday. And I thought because, the Olympics are going on and the Summer Games and all these things are happening, I thought we'd do like a little competition here as well for these 2 weeks. So what I decided to do was to actually do budget bourbon. And you can see I have a bunch up here. There is one missing here I need to go find, which is Benchmark. I wanted to do this because so many times when you talk about budget bourbon, or YouTubers are talking about budget bourbon, or TikTokers are talking about budget bourbon, they are not talking about budget bourbon. Bottom shelf, under $40. Like, no, that's not bottom shelf. That's not budget. So what I really wanted to do is really figure out what these widely available bourbons, at least pretty much widely available. I tried to remove everything that I thought, maybe you wouldn't be able to find no matter where you are in the United States. Can't guarantee that. But I think most of the things that I have wide distribution. So I'm going to do 4 heats of 4 different bourbons. And then we'll do a 5th heat where we're going against, where the winners of those will go against them. And so today we're going to start out with 80 proof. And most of these things are 80 proof. The exception of that is, you've got some Evan Williams, Ezra Brooks, and very old Barton over there. But for the most part, these are all 80 proof, which you would expect. They're going to water this stuff down and, make it as cheap as possible, and that's okay. Now, how did I pick these? Well, what I did is because almost everybody says that Evan Williams Bottle and Bond right there is the best budget bourbon that you can buy. I wanted to make sure that got in here. So basically what I did is whatever I could find in the St. Louis metropolitan area that's pretty common, and I've seen in other locations in the United States, and less than that, I put in this thing. The one exception to that, and I know people might complain about this, is the Rebel back there. That one still says Rebel Yell on it. That Rebel back there, in St. Louis, you can find that cheaper than the Evan Williams Bottle and Bond. It's about $14.99 at Schnucks. I've never seen it not on sale there. I'm sure that has to do with Luxco having been a brand and a company out of St. Louis, and now they were recently sold. So we're going to try these out. This is pretty blind. I poured these and mixed them up and then walked away, mixed them up again, walked away. So I haven't looked at these in probably 3 hours. So I'm not sure what's what here. They're not, at least unless I did by some miracle rearrange them. So we're just going to start with this one on this end. Just should say, as many of you know, if you watch these things, I think my palate sucks. My nose certainly sucks. But we're going to do this anyway. And these have been sitting here sort of getting a little bit of air in them. These all were neck pours, if you believe in that thing, but I don't really. All right, I got a little peanuts off of this one. Oh, and I'm getting some citrus too. Okay. Okay. It's not bad. I could drink that, no problem. No major alcohol burn. I'm seeing some decent legs here. It's not terrible legs. All these are pretty young, so I'm going to be really surprised. With Jim Beam has no age statement, so it has to be at least 4 years old. The very old Barton, the ancient age, they are listed as at least 36 months. And the Jesse James, 24 months. Okay. Not getting a ton off of that. So we're going to go with number 2. Okay, I'm getting very similar notes off of these. I suspect it's just because, I've had coffee and various other things, brushed my teeth today, all these other things that happen. There's not much to this. Very quick finish. Meh. Oh, I'm getting for some reason I'm getting this huge citrus punch today. It's not a normal thing for me, but I think I heard somebody talking about citrus the other day on their tasting notes, and now it's probably in my head. Okay, this one is a little bit sweeter than the first two. More character to it than the second one. There's more flavor in the first one, but I don't necessarily know that I would call it better flavors. Yeah, I'm getting nuts or orange off all this stuff, which is so strange. Okay. I don't mind this at all. I wonder what this is. All these pretty easy. I mean, I don't drink a lot of 80 proof stuff. So far, I would say I prefer whatever this is. Okay, so let's talk about these a little bit. Very old Barton, obviously made by Barton out of Bardstown. No, wait. This says Frankfort, Kentucky. Well, okay then. So not in Bardstown, Frankfort, Kentucky. And yeah, like I said, 36 months. We do have the 100 on in this competition too, but we'll probably do that last because I suspect those will run away with it. Jim Beam, made in Claremont and Frankfort, Kentucky as well, potentially. Ben to Beam. I used to say that Beam was probably my favorite distillery overall, that all their products are pretty solid. I still believe that to a certain extent, but maybe not my favorite distillery anymore. Yeah, I don't, generally speaking, I would say you probably can't go wrong with the white label too. I know some people really don't like it. Then H&H, well, you see this is $10 and like, oh God, what is that? Well, this is Buffalo Trace, made by Buffalo Trace, I should say. Frankfort, Kentucky, at least 36 months. This is Mash Bill 2 from Buffalo Trace, which happens to also be the same thing as Blanton's. Now, I've heard that sometimes H&H can be like total garbage, or it can be as good as Blanton's, but who the hell knows. And Jesse James, the original Jesse James, American Outlaw Bourbon Whiskey. all this says on it is at least 24 months old, bottled by Jesse James Distilling Company, Mira Loma, California. This is not distilled in California. It's fucking not aged in California. It might be Tennessee. It's probably Kentucky. I don't know. So that's what's on the list today. And let's just go back down. Distinct peanut note, more floral or fruit, citrusy fruit. Almost nothing. And this actually is almost a combination of these two. So, interesting. There's really nothing wrong with either one of these. Actually trying to do this on my lunch hour, so should make the rest of my day really interesting. There's just nothing to this. I mean, it's fine. It's a little sweet. But it finishes like nothing. Like there's nothing there. I have to believe that's the Jesse James. Okay. And again, I'm getting that sort of citrusy. Floral note. I mean, these are all sort of classic bourbon flavors, but ratcheted down from what I normally would have. So, let's just compare these two. I don't have much left in any of these glasses. Okay. Now I'm getting a real nice earthy tone out of this. Okay. This is 1. This is 4. We're going to go 2, 3. So let's go down the line. Oh my God. The one I did not like, H and H and H. H and H and H. H and H. Okay. That is Jesse James. I am shocked that H and H wasn't higher, but Jim Beam, which makes this very old Barton for the win. How do you like that? Very old Barton. I'd never drink this, the 80 proofer version of this. I've got the Bottle & Bond BOB. All right. Nice. Very old Barton. Jim Beam. Jesse James, which I'm stunned by. And the H&H. Huh. All right, then. So, what's next? Well, I'll probably do another round of 80 proofers. I will, in all likelihood, do the Rebel Yell, the Old Crow, the Zachary Harris, and the Henry McKenna for the next episode, which may be coming out on Saturday or Sunday. It just sort of depends on what I feel like tomorrow and whether I can get another one shot and done and edited. Let me know what you thought about this. Have you tried these? What do you think? You probably are thinking your palate sucks and so does your nose. And I would agree with that. So yeah, this was really interesting. I'm really interested to see when you start getting, and these guys back here that are punching in the 90 and 100 proofs, whether or not that they're just going to like blow these 80 proofs out of water. I suspect they will. Look, it's a foregone conclusion that Evan Williams Bottle & Bond is probably going to win this all, but maybe not. Maybe not. And if it does, what I will probably do is pair that up against some budget things that you might not be able to get, sort of like your JTS Brown Bottle & Bond, your, what is the JW Dant Bottle & Bond, and maybe the, Heaven Hill 6, green label. So yeah, what did you think about this? What did you think about our intro? I decided to get creative and see what I could produce. Let me know how you thought that went. And let me know what you thought about this episode. And what do you think is going to win? Let me know in the comments. Anyway, this has been Eric Lutenegger, founder of Tenacity and the host of Bourbon Friday. And I will see you next time for another episode of the Budget Bourbon Games. I'll see you soon. Hey, thanks for watching. We truly hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share this episode, and if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out. To stay up to date, follow us on social. We are at Bourbon Fridays on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and TikTok. See you next time.